back live to Mandalay Bay Event Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. It is the second day of the Pac-12 Tournament, and I said that Cori Close emptied the tank tonight against USC, but she didn't because she's here. She's still standing.
I crawled over here.
Well, we really
especially
appreciate
with those shoes on.
I just had to drag myself over here.
Cori, it was a knockdown, drag-out fight with the Trojans. We expected that to be the case.
Yeah.
We saw you getting after your team heading into the fourth quarter, and they responded and stepped up. What did you see that you liked?
Well, I definitely liked our response, and I liked my assistant coaches because there were several times out of timeouts or dead balls that they did a great job in terms of making adjustments or calls. It was 60-60, and we went and changed how we were press rotating, and we got a quick steal, an and one, and my assistant coaches did a phenomenal job.
What allowed for you guys? You got down early in this game. It was all SC, and sometimes when you haven't played a game yet, it takes a little bit of time, but other than that, they handled pressure. They did everything to perfection for a while, and then it changed. How did you get it to change?
Well, I think that, that has been the case, that teams, can handle it for a long period of time, but deep into that fourth quarter, that's where it starts to pay off. And, I'd prefer not to dig ourselves, such a big hole because you have to fight so hard to get out of it. But I really like some people that stepped up. Natalie Cho, I thought, was such a huge factor in getting us back on that run, hitting those threes. She was hot. And I loved her demeanor in the second half. She was the greatest teammate. And I thought Lindsay Casaro was our steadying point. She was our most poised player. And I went that direction, and Natalie gave in another way. But I think I liked our perseverance, and I think I liked how our pressure paid off late in the game.
Coach, Ashley had asked us a question earlier. Who do you think UCLA would rather see in Stanford and Oregon State? Yeah. And it gave me pause and made me think because my first response is the two teams are very similar. So I'm not going to ask you who you would rather see, but is game planning really like planning for two very similar teams? Very similar teams. Even how, they like to post up Hole versus posting up Pivot, or, the pressure that you want to put on Kiana versus, Destiny. I mean, all of them, the post presence, the three-point shooting, it is markedly similar. There's different adjustments to make and some different things that have been effective against each team, and they're about, I thought Scott said it, really well, but they mirror each other a lot.
You've beaten both of them this year.
Yeah.
And so you have that in your back pocket, the confidence, and everything changes in the postseason, but
throw it all out the window.
You don't use any of it for motivation or to remind your team, hey, you're the top 10 ranked team and they're coming after you?
No, I don't. I put very little, things into rankings, into anything that's happened in the past. You got to go earn your today. Nothing carries over, and you got to earn what you want day by day, and you can't take any of that with you. And at this point, I don't think us motivating them, if it doesn't come from within them and the habits that they've created, then we got deeper things to worry about.
Well, you certainly earned it today, your fourth double-digit comeback this season. I know you probably don't prefer the drama, but we over here, we love it.
Well, you guys, I've been watching everything you're doing. You're doing a heck of a job. I also want to give credit to Mark, on air. I just think he's done a great job with that young team to watch their films consistently through the Pac-12 season to see them get better. By him doing that, it makes me better as a coach, and they have a really bright future ahead of them. But thank you all for your hard work. This is a tough job, and you're doing great at it.
You're not mad at me? I picked SC?
I know. Well, I was showing you a little grace, but we'll talk a little later.
Well, you're the best in the business. Cori, go put some slippers on. Take a hop
Amen to that.
We'll see you
all right.
tomorrow night. But we got another good one coming
Cori.
up. Oregon State and Stanford. Kate's with Scott Ruick.